All right, let's do this. Let's see if we can do this for a minute. Shout out to the CIA. What's going on, people? Let these people drive by and see if I can. See if we turn up the lights. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Change the filter on this mug. And who are y'all? What made me think about this is, like, oftentimes when I listen and I try to be as objective as possible. But you know what I find is a lot of times people are just talking up shit that doesn't exist to people that don't exist. You know, and one of the exercises you learn in corporate sales is to visualize, to crystallize. You know, there was a thing going on today. Appreciate it, my friend. Times when case in point, this whole discussion about 50-50 this, 50-50 that, you know, and the guy was talking about, well, why, what the value is a you could go get these women out here are fat, short hair, overweight, this, that. And the thing I kept saying is, you do realize times. I'll tell you what you do. If you don't like the sound level, there's a door. Um, you know, the reality is this, man. You get to who are you talking about? When you sit around and talk about all these phantom people, you can't be the best version of yourself and then make everybody else that's not you all of a sudden just be horrible. I mean, that's unrealistic. I mean, if you want to say that women ain't worth nothing and these guys ain't worth, I mean, why do I need to take a risk on this woman and that woman? That just means maybe, just maybe you don't pick well. Do we make any room for that? You know, the fact that you're trying to exaggerate to make a point. You know, I get some guys or just diehard MGTOW, this and that. But you know what? This whole thing, I asked the question on Osage panel. What is the term or the concept of tricking in the non-black community? Because I don't hear non-black men talking about tricking. I don't ever recall hearing them talk about tricking. It's just if you're gonna date as a man, you should pay. You get to pick the woman you date. It's funny, so many of these young guys follow all these red pill channels. You do realize that your red pill leadercrons are all with women, right? Coach Red Pill, 52, married to a 24-year-old. Name the red pill channel outside of Sandman MGTOW that actually does consistent content, and you're gonna find that these guys, regardless of how they look, they get a chance to choose. See, what I don't get is you're not a new version of black. It's just cheap. It's cheap and scarcity mentality. When you talk about 50-50 and you ain't gonna buy no woman no shoes and no this and that, all you're really saying to the world is you have a scarcity mentality and or you don't pick well. So you have to put insurance in the game when the stuff goes bad, because it inevitably will go bad. See, a popular sales tactic, I'm gonna teach y'all something. A popular sales tactic When you have a difficult prospect, what you do is you remove the largest objection, their largest complaint, move it off the table. Let's say you want to sell this camera, and the prospect, oh my God, that just costs too much. Oh, it costs too much. You say, okay, let me get this straight, Mr. Customer. Let's just pretend for a second that we take price and move it way over there. Let's say it doesn't cost you a thing. If we could get the price down to where it didn't affect you in one way, could we do business today? And then you get down to the real issue. Let's get down to the real issue. If you guys who want to do this 50-50 thing and think that you have such a new way of thinking about relationships with women, if you actually found the woman that you wanted, the beauty level, the sexuality, the compare, she was your unicorn, would you still expect to be the same way with her? Yeah, I'd still want a 50-50 thing, and I'd expect her to do this and I do that. If the answer's not yes, then you got to realize that you're still talking some scarcity stuff. You can contact me via my website, bykevinsamuels.com. There should be a link down in the description. Look, man, I really listened to this whole tricking argument, and I think it's silly. You guys are trying to make doing anything for a woman tricking. And again, I ask, what is tricking outside the black community? What do they call it? What do white men call it when they actually spend money on their wives, girlfriends, or significant others? What do they call it? What do Asian men call it when they spend money on their wives or girlfriends, significant others? Dan Locke is a popular influencer and YouTuber with 2 million subscribers, and he often brings his wife on the channel and talks about the Christian Louboutin shoes and Hermes bags that he bought. Tricking is a word broke, dude. Thank you. Trick. See, and the thing is, when T.I. said it ain't tricking if you got it, it is still tricking. Let me tell you what I hear a lot about when I hear tricking. Oh, man, I appreciate it. Bacon wrap dates on the house. Gotta love that. Here's what I hear a lot when I hear about tricking, man. What I hear guys talking about tricking is you're trying to conserve money. But what most guys are talking about money ain't nothing but a drop in the bucket. And this is where we got to be real. This whole subject of there are three third rails in the black community, and I'm going to talk about it. Yeah, I got more free food, right? More free food. I just told them, I said, hey man, I'm just going to go over and sit down and make a video. You know what they brought? Bacon wrap dates and a bottle of filtered water on the house. Pay it forward, my friends. You want to raise ire in the black community? Talk about money. Talk about social class. Talk about age gap. Talk about, older men dating younger women. People lose their freaking mind. I don't have any rich or affluent. I don't know any rich, well-to-do or affluent non-black customers, clients who talk like this. Say, man, you're taking that woman out to Vegas. You're going out to Vail you're going to your summer home in Colorado. Oh man, you tricking. So here's the question. What can you do financially with a woman that's not tricking? And this whole notion, if you got game, and here's another thing he was saying. Well, some of you guys basically said some of you guys are ugly. Some of you guys are ugly and got no mouthpiece. So you gotta pay a woman to spend time with you. You can't use that on me, fam. Shit don't work on me. I ain't never been there. See, there's a code, there's a manhood code. And every man has to have a code. And just say your code is low level. I don't know any high level man
any race who has this mentality. And you are not hurting anybody except yourself because you have such a low view of women to where your money is worth more than a person. Let's go there. But here's the problem. You get to pick. You get to pick out of the 3 point some odd billion women on the planet. If all the women, you sound like some K. Michelle shit. All men ain't good. That sounded equally retarded. So let's just admit the women that you're picking, the women you're choosing, the women you're going around, the women of your experience are low value. Also, well, thank you, Eduardo. And that's cool, man. I make room for that. I make room for that. But here's where I draw the line is when you start throwing all that onto a group of people, entire sex of women. Because I don't accept when women throw that on men. I don't accept it when women throw it on men. All men are this, all men are that. No, there are some quality men out here getting things done. K. Michelle picked poorly. She can't get away with that. So, and what I'm saying to you guys is, who are you talking about? You can't be the only person in the world with good sense and got it figured out, and the rest of the world is just behind and wrong. If you are that far ahead of the curve, I need to know your secret and why you're not a multimillionaire or billionaire. Maybe, just maybe, you're speaking from ego and don't want to be wrong. You want to dig your heels in or whatever, and that's cool. You want to win the argument. You know, and and I don't. And here's the thing. I'm bringing this argument up to everybody. I also need the men to think about it. When you're speaking about these women out here this way, I got to tell you, brothers, I am as red pill as they come. But even AMS, the red pill warrior. Why is this brother saying one day he's gonna hang up his cleats and get out of the game and get married, even though he know what it is, and gonna go have some sons? Because life is about people. What up, player? It's like platinum. You know platinum. I'll say something with platinum. I agree with a lot of the facts and things, platinum, you may say. I wholly disagree with a lot of the ways you put it because it wouldn't work for me. It wouldn't work for me because for the way I move, I like to draw life to me. But I get what you're saying. See, the fact is, when you tend to hear people speaking a truth in an impolitic or an impolite way, I really check myself. Let me be honest. I used to be an arrogant, judgmental motherfucker in my 20s. I was a piece of shit in a lot of ways, man. If you wasn't like me, and I was a condescending, cocky, I could be a fucking asshole, man. A fucking real fucking prick. And I had to come to Jesus moment. It's like the nerve of you, man. You come from Red Dirt, Oklahoma, Second Street Projects, and just cause your mama did put you in the right school and you were around people who had more than you all of a sudden start looking down on fuck. Nah, man, that's fucked up, man. And I had to really pull my own hoe card. And I said hoe. Yeah, I was acting like a hoe, a whole hoe. So you notice that I do my best not to judge people, man. Even when I talk select, non-select, alpha or beta, the top 20% versus the 80%, what I always say, no matter where you are, if you're in the top 20%, top 10%, don't shit on the other ones. See, I firmly believe that, man. You don't shit on people, man. You let people live their life. And we can, quote unquote, live and let live. Because those very people you shit on to get where you're going, you're going to see them on the way back down. And life is about people. Trust me, if I came in this restaurant and done anything other than be polite and act like a man with some damn sense, would they allow me to sit out here and make a video on YouTube on their patio? much less run by and give you free stuff. And that's what I need you guys to think. And this is where black women have a point. Like it or not, you are male, they are females. A dog and a cat are two different species. We are the same species but different sex. You're never going to come up with a new Star Trek kind of way of making men and women together. You cannot say you're red pill. It's amazing to me, all these red pill MGTOW men, you want traditional values and traditional women, but you don't want to pay the price. Traditional values, traditional women come with the full bill. The full bill. The full bill up front. You're not gonna go find this 22-year-old virgin that you're gonna court and she has to prove some shit to you before you decide to buy her a meal. Her father will shoot you in the face. You're not gonna come run that game on. If that woman has got to that point, who the hell are you? You need to come with your program laid out and come in for the interview. And if you decide to take her, you need to have a plan for that. That's my way of thinking. If you choose not to think that way, that's cool. But you gotta have a way of thinking. And if your way of ultimately thinking is, man, I gotta guard myself against these treacherous women out here, they could flip at any moment. Just understand, just like K. Michelle, that's all you will draw to you. You will not create an environment or a welcoming space for any of that kind of stuff to manifest in your life. All you will end up getting is that 50-50 kind of stuff. So I just need you guys to think about, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to when you make these proclamations about people in general? And remember, you, just like me, the people in my life, I am 100% responsible and accountable to who I let in my space. They are here on my permission. I can open the door and close the door. So I can't sit around and have a person sitting down here and say, man, these people around here ain't shit. Well, guess what? If I'm sitting around with 3 dudes that ain't shit, the 4th one is me. Now I'm gonna go ahead and eat these bacon wrapped dates and enjoy my evening. Last warm evening, last Tuesday here in Oklahoma City. All right, guys, as is. Be easy. Think about it. Till next time, talk at you later.